Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
All right, we are continuing with our 49ers roster countdown series. And up next, we got number 76 out of 90. And again, this whole entire list is the most important players ranked 1 to 90, or 90 to 1 in our case, starting at the bottom and working all the way to the top, of who can help the 49ers in the 2022 season. At number 76, we got linebacker Jeremiah the General Gemmel. The General is his nickname given to him by his teammates, and that's kind of what this guy is. Now, real quick, it doesn't take much to see. He's an anomaly whenever it comes to 49ers pick linebackers because he's undersized. He's not fast. He doesn't have the metrics really at all. You know, you look at Fred Warner and Aziz and like literally even all the undrafted free agents that they brought in, linebackers usually are big and fast. That's what the 49ers want. So Jeremiah Gemmel is a departure from that. He's 6'1", 225, already 23 years old, entering his rookie season, and he's not fast. He's not as big. He's not fast. In fact, every single measurable that we have recorded for him is in the bottom 30% of all NFL linebackers. Didn't test any of the 40, any athletic measurements. He didn't do. He opted out of those. And whenever you watch his film, that's not what pops. What pops is everything that's, you know, intangible. That's he's the general film junkie, you know, fill in all the, you know, whatever you want to say about him. Instincts, always where he should be. Leader, 2-time team captain. That's what he is. And he's going to need time. This guy's going to need time. Now, high school, he went to East Coweta, Georgia, which is, you know, southwest of Atlanta. They got some great football programs through there, and he was one of the best in that. Now, athletically, it's always kind of been an issue for him. You know, whenever he came out of high school, he was the 33rd outside linebacker in the country and the number 45 player in Georgia. But whenever you look at what he was able to accomplish in Georgia, it was unreal. First team All-State, you know, all that kind of stuff. Named the Atlanta Journal-Constitution All-Metro player. He was just all over the place. He was the Noonan Times Defensive Player of the Year, earned honorable All-State honors as a junior, and then won it as a senior. All counted. I mean, like, you can go on production off the freaking charts. I mean, the dude, listen to these stats, okay? His senior year, 101 tackles, 13 for loss, 4 sacks, 6 blocked kicks, and had 4 rushing touchdowns and 2 receiving scores on offense. That's all in 1 year. 6 blocked kicks. Now, what was interesting is even though he had 6 blocked kicks in 1 year in high school, special teams, he didn't really play at all, which is a positive and a negative. Why didn't he play special teams? Well, a couple reasons. By his true sophomore year, he started every single game at linebacker for North Carolina, and he never missed a start. So he started 13 games sophomore year, 12 games junior year, 13 games senior year. So he started all these games, you know, 38 straight. So obviously you're not going to put your starting Mike backer on special teams. The negative with that is it's probably going to how he would win a job in the NFL. So that's something that's going to have to change. Now, if we just look at what he was able to accomplish his senior season, 13 starts, he was third team All-ACC, finished second on the team with 75 tackles, 7 hurries, 5.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, 3 breakups, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble. Highly productive, can blitz well, and, you know, literally everything that kind of comes off with him, it's stuff you can't measure. If you were to grow a linebacker in the lab, it ain't going to look like Jeremiah Gemmel. It's not. But he is one of those guys that you say, man, I wish I could put his mindset, knowledge, work ethic in one of these other, you know, guys' bodies, because that's just what he did. I mean, again, like, he didn't test on any speed stuff, none. But height, he's just barely over 6 foot, 15th percentile of all NFL linebackers. Weight, 226, 6th percentile. Wingspan, 76 inches, 30th percentile. Arm length, 31 inches, 18th percentile. Hand size, 9 1/4, 21st percentile. He's not how you build him, but instincts and intangibles. I mean, the reason he's named the general, you don't give that name to somebody that's not going to bring it every day. That's what he's a 2-time team captain in Chapel Hill. Crazy motor. Wherever he's going full speed. Now, his speed might not be as high as a lot of other players, but he shows up. Renowned for his film work and understanding and analysis, processing plays. It's what he is, okay? So, Gym Rat, fill in whatever you want to say. Can he make this roster? I don't know, man. With Aziz possibly missing some time, that helps his cause. The problem is, I don't know if he could play outside backer for the 49ers at the Will or Sam spot. I just don't see it. Because of his lack of athleticism, I think you got to keep him inside. So, best case scenario is he fights for that Fred Warner role, but we've seen the 49ers, whenever Fred Warner gets hurt, they're not going to put him in there. Instead, they'd side Aziz or Dre Greenlaw to that Mike spot. So, even if you got one of those injuries, I don't see how Gemmel makes the field. But I love this kid. I really, really do. The former coach in me is just like, these are the guys I want to build with. So he's a project player. It's going to take some time. A practice squad, best case scenario for him. But he's an NFL player, and I think it was a bad spot to land for him, just because the depth of the 49ers and the physical attributes that they want at that linebacker position don't match. But he gets an opportunity. I'll tell you this: he's got to flash in preseason. When you're watching those games, you're going to be sitting there saying, "Oh man, who is that guy? Who is number 47? That's his jersey number. Who is that?" And you're going to hear me say it. "Oh, that's the general, baby. The general Jeremiah Gemmel, linebacker, number 76 for us." But he's going to have a good special teams, and he's going to become a fan favorite during preseason. I just don't see it long term. I hope that he lands on the practice squad, and if another team has a Mike issue, I could see him getting poached. Because, again, the higher caliber of player and production, I think that's what lands him at 76. I want to say thank you to Josh and Anthony, the executive producers of this series, that continue to crush it with all this background information. Keep it going, guys. And we're just going to keep going. Next up, number 75, baby.